So, hello everyone. For today's video, I will demonstrate to you the PT8b build your VPC and launch a web server. And under the PT8b, we will do the lab to build your VPC and launch a web server. This lab much video recorded using Zoom as executed on the AWS Academy module. With the learner presenting the result of the lab, the student face much beyond as she present the result of the lab. Note, upload your video to your YouTube account. So, demonstrate all the steps in task 4, launch a web server instance. So, we will go to the AWS Academy canvas. Then, under the module 5, network content delivery, click the lab to build your VPC and launch a web server. We can see under the module 5, the lab to build your VPC and launch web server lab is loading. Now, in the lab, for this laboratory, we will perform the lab to build your VPC and launch a web server. So the lab overview and objective. In this lab, you will use Amazon Virtual Private Cloud VPC to create your own VPC and add additional components to produce a customized network. You will also create security group. You will then configure the customized and EC2 instance to run a web server, and you will launch the EC2 instance to run in a subnet in the VPC. After completing this task lab, you should be able to do the following. Create a VPC, create subnet, configure a security group, launch an EC2 instance to EC into a VPC. So, in this lab, you will build the following structure. So, assessing the AWS Management Console. Step 1. At the top of this instruction, choose Start Lab to launch your lab. So, we can see the Start Lab status is already ready. Then exit. Then, at the top of this instruction, choose AWS. So, the system is automatically logged in you in your AWS console Amazon. Now, in task number 1, create your VPC. In this task, you will use the VPC and more option in the VPC console to create multiple resources including a VPC and internet gateway, public subnet, and a private subnet in a single availability zone to route tables and a NAT gateway. 5. In the search box to the right of the service, search for and choose VPC to open the VPC console. So under the service, click VPC. Then begin creating a VPC. In the top right of the screen, verify and Virginia US is 1. So we can see the region is set to US East and Virginia US East plus 1. So In the left side panel, choose the VPC dashboard. Link with also toward the top at console. Next, choose create VPC. So in the left right panel, choose VPC dashboard. Then click next, choose create VPC. Then configure the VPC details in the VPC setting panel on the left. And choose VPC and more. Then under the name tag auto generation, keep auto generated selected. However, change the value from the park to lab. Then keep the IPv4 CIDR block to set to 10.0.0.0 10/16. Copy this. Then we can see the IPv4 CIDR block set to 10.0.0.0/16. Now, for the number of availability zone, choose one. Click one. Then, from the number of public subnet, keep the one setting. Then, for the private number subnet, keep the one setting. Then, expand the customized subnet CIDR block section. Then, change the public subnet CIDR block in US East to 10.0.0.0/24. Copy this. Then, change the private subnet CIDR block in USD 18 to 10.0.10/24. Copy this number again. Then click here. Then copy. Then set not getaway to in 1 day. Then set VPC endpoint to none. Then keep the both DNS hostname and the insertion enabled. Now, in the step 8, in the preview panel on the right, confirm the setting you have configured. Now, we can see here in the right panel, the VPC or the lab VPC is already set here or configured. Now, so in the number 9 or step 9 at the bottom of the screen, choose create VPC. Click the create VPC, then wait for to load the create VPC workflow. We can see the create VPC reports already loading and wait for to set all of this. So wait for the not gateway to activate. So the time is low. Now, in the step 10, once it's complete, choose view VPC. So the all create VPC replaces already successful activate. Now click the view VPC, then in the task 2, creates additional subnets. In this task, you will create 2 additional subnets for the VPC in a second availability zone. Having subnets is multiple availability zone with a VPC is useful for a deploying solution that provides high availability. So after creating a VPC, as you have already done, you call or you can still configure it further. For example, by adding more subnets, each subnet you create resides entirely within one availability zone. So in the step 11, in the left navigation panel, choose subnet. Then first you will create a second public subnet. Choose create subnet. So in VPC, I select from the menu Love VPC. Then subnet name Love subnet public 2. Then availability zone, select the second availability zone. For example, US East 1B. Then for the IBP for CIDR block, copy this and then select. Then create, and then number 13, choose create subnet. So we can see in our subnet you have successfully create a subnet of 2. And then the IBP for CIDR start with the 10.0.2. Now, if to choose in the step 13, choose create subnet. Then configure the following VPC ID lab VPC. Then select subnet or copy this. Then from the availability zone, select the second availability zone. For example, US is 1B. So you select the E. Then for the IPv4 CDR block, copy this. Then create the subnet. So we can hear sub the lab subnet private to the first IB4 CDR is 10.0.3 based on the step 40. Now choose create subnet the second that was created. Now in the 16 or the step 16, the left navigation panel, choose root table. Then select the lab RTB private one and switch to root table. Then in the 18, the lower panel, choose the root tab. Then note the destination is 0.0.0.0 slash. Here is the set to target na. We can see the destination is set to 0.0.0.0 slash 0 under the target na based on the given. Now in the number step 19, choose the subnet associations tab. Then you create this root table tasking when you will choose to create VPC multiple resource in the VPC. That action also create tab subnet private one. And associated that the subnet with this root table, now that you have created another private subnet, lab subnet to private 2, you will associate this root table with the subnet as well. In this explicit subnet associate panel, choose the edit subnet association. Then, Radial leave the subnet was private if it's selected, but also select lab subnet private 2. Then, choose safe association. So, select the lab RTB public root table and select any other subnet. Then, the lower panel, choose the root tab. Then, note the destination is 0.0.0 slash 0 is set to target IDW. You can see the destination is 0.0.0 slash 0. Then step 25, choose the subject association tab. Then in the explicit subnet association area, choose edit subnet association. Then leave the lab subnet public as it is selected, but also select lab set non-public. Then save association. We can see that you have successfully updated the subnet association for the RTB. Now, in the task 3, create a VPC security group. In the step 29, in the left navigation panel, choose security group. Then choose create security group. Then security name group is here. Then for the description, enable HV transfer. Then for the VPC, choose lab. In the inbound rule panel, choose add rule. Then in the step 32, configure the following setting. Type HTTP, then source anywhere IPv4, then description, permit web, then in the step 33, scroll to the bottom of the page and choose create security group. Now we can see here the security group or web security group was created successfully. Now, in the task 4, launch a web server instance. In this task, you will launch an Amazon EC2 instance into the new VPC. You will configure the instance to the act as web server. In the step 34, in the search box to the right of the service, search for and choose EC2F and EC2 console. Click EC2. And then from the launch instance menu, choose launch instance. Then name the instance, give the name web server 1. Then when you name your instance, it will create a tag associated with instance. A tag is a key value pair. The key for this pair is name and the value is the name you enter for your EC2. Now in the step 37, choose an AMR from which to create the instance. In the list available Quick start aim is keep the default Amazon selected. And also keep the default Amazon VGTM selected. Then the type Amazon machine image I am, you choose determine the operation that will run on the institutions that you launch. So choose an instant type T2 dot micro selected. Then select the keeper to associate with the instance. From the keeper name menu, select Bucky. Then for the step 40, configure the network setting. Next to the network setting, choose edit. Then configure the following network lab IPC. Then subnet, not lab, not private. Then auto assign public enable. Next, you will configure the instance to use the web security group that you created. Under Pirate Security Group, choose select existing security. From Common Security, select Web Security Group. This security group will permit HTTP access to instance. For step 41, in the configure storage section, keep the default setting. 42. Configure a script to run on the instance when allowed. Expand the advanced detail panel. Scroll to the bottom of the page, then scroll below it to the user box. User box. Go to the bottom of the page, click up. Then copy the code. The script will run with the root user previous on the get OS of the instance. It will run automatically when the instance launch for the first time. The script install a web server, database, and PHP library, and then it download the install web application on the web server. 43. At the bottom of the summary panel on the right side of the screen, choose launch install. Then you will see a success message, choose view all install. Then wait until the server show to process in the top. Then select refresh icon at the top screen to set so going to keep it on the list status is them. Then select web server 1. Then copy the public IPv for the install show in the top of the page. Open a new tab browser paste the public DM. So so we can see here we are completely complete the laboratory about the build your VPC and launch a web server. So that's all. This is the final output for the laboratory or PT8b. So thank you for your listening and watching. Thank you.